everyone, this is Amy with Just Please Just Punch, and today's project is this cute little treat box that I made using one of the new stamp sets from the Celebration catalog. This little box is made using no adhesive at all. The only adhesive was, to attach the decorations to the front. So it's just a little folded box, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Here are the supplies that I used. The stamp set is the Petal Pusher stamp set from the Celebration catalog. This is free with a $50 purchase, and Celebration goes through March 31st. So you've got a little bit more time to get this stamp set if you want it. I think it's so cute. We're going to be using some of this beautiful ribbon. I love this. This is the Bermuda Bay striped grosgrain ribbon, and we're going to need a piece about 8 inches long to use for our box. We've got a couple of Stampin' Right markers, Bermuda Bay and Melon Mambo, and some of the little enamel dots from It's My Party. We're going to use 2 of the pink on there. And then our punches, we've got the small banner punch and the triple banner punch. And then we're going to use just some of the archival basic black ink. And you'll need your handheld 1/4-inch punch, some scissors, some adhesive and dimensionals, and then this is our cardstock. We've got a couple pieces of Whisper White. This tiny little piece measures 9/16 inches, kind of a strange length or width, but it fits perfectly in the little banner punch, and then it's 2 inches long. This piece of Whisper White is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. This piece of DSP is from the It's My Party Designer Series paper stack, measuring 1 inch by 5 inches. No, I'm sorry. This is 1 1/2 inches by 6 inches. This one is 1 inch by 5 inches, and this is just from the Brights Designer Series paper stack. And then you're going to use an entire sheet of Bermuda Bay. And so this is your 8 1/2 by 11, and I've already scored it, so I'll show you where I did that. On the long side, you're going to want to score at 3/4 of an inch, 4 1/2 inches, 6 1/2 inches, and 10 1/4 inches. And then on the short side, I scored at 2 inches and 6 1/2 inches. And once you score, you're going to need to make a couple of little tick marks. If you take a ruler and you've got these 2 lines sort of in the center on the long side, if you put your ruler here and measure over about 1 3/4 inches, make a little tick mark there, and then the same from this line over in this direction. So 1 3/4 inches in this direction. And we're going to do that on both sides. Right there, and about right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to put my ruler where these 2 lines meet down to my tick mark, or actually down to the edge of the paper where the tick mark is. I should have put the tick mark all the way down. And I'm just going to score right there, and I'm going to do the same thing on all 4 of those. So we're just going to make a diagonal line there where the box is going to be folded. And then one more line right there. Okay. This part is a little bit tricky. I confess I did mess with it a lot to get it to do exactly what I wanted it to do. But I think really if you use Designer Series paper to make this box instead of cardstock, you probably have an easier time, but I really wanted to use this color, so I used my cardstock. And it's a little tricky, but it can be accomplished. So I'm just going to burnish all these lines, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold it on those 2 long sides. And then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of bring it up along that diagonal line, which is kind of hard to see. Okay, so your box is going to fold up this way, And if you bring it up here and here, you're going to want this piece to come up here. So it's got to kind of, if you can burnish that diagonal line just a little bit, that will help you to get your box together. So if you kind of do that in this direction, you don't have to make a complete seam there, but if you just sort of fold it, that will help you get the box together. Be a little less tricky. Okay, so then it's going to fold up like this. And that's how it comes together. You can just kind of push it in on both sides to get it to stay. Okay, so then we've got it meeting together at the top like that. And what I did just temporarily was I put one of my little clothespins right there, and we've got to get some holes punched in the top for the ribbon. Okay, so 1/4 inch punch. Now, I kind of eyeballed it, but if you want to measure, go in about 1.5 inches in from both sides, and made a little tick mark there. So then 1.5 inches in from the other side, and a little tick mark there. And you're not going to be able to go through all 4 layers at once, so just let it open back up again and go ahead and you can punch that first hole and just kind of center it between these 2 lines. And I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to go over and just do it again just a little bit more to make my hole bigger. You're not going to see the holes because the ribbon is wide, so it doesn't matter. You just need to get a big enough hole to put your ribbon through. So just about like that. Doesn't have to be perfect because again you're not going to see it. Okay, so then I just sort of put some marks there so I would know where to punch on the other side, and then went ahead and punched those. Okay, so then our box comes together like that, and you want to go ahead and put your candy in now if you want to do that. So we're going to take our ribbon, and I'll show you how I feed the ribbon through. If you just want to fold it a couple times and go from the front to the back, and then just make sure you've got about the same amount coming out of each side, and just, you know, you want to finagle it a little bit to get it nice and straight there on the front, get the lines how you want them. And then you just cross them on the back, and same thing on the back. You're going to feed them back through the front. Been messing with that, so it's getting really frayed, but we're going to trim it so it'll be fine. Probably should have given myself a little bit more ribbon. You might want to cut yourself just a little bit more than 8 inches, but that'll work. All right, and then we're just going to get that nice and straight how we want it and trim the edges. So you have nice, neat edges. All right. There we go. Let's stamp our bicycle. Get that inked up really good. Perfect. And then we're going to do the little basket on the front. And then I'm going to, actually I'm going to clean my, I'll show you really quick how to clean your stamp so I can switch those out. This is the Stampin' Scrub, and it is wonderful. You just spray a little bit of your Stampin' Mist on and clean your stamp on this side, and then you just dry it on this side. Okay, so now I can peel that off, and I can put on my little hearts. So I'm going to put that on my block, and we'll place that right here. And there we go. Okay, and then what I did was I colored the bike with the Bermuda Bay. And then I'm going to use the Melon Mambo, and we'll do our little hearts up here, that color. Okay, and then we've got our little enamel dots. I just thought those were so cute on the tires. Grab my paper piercer, and actually I think I used the small ones. I did. We're going to use 2 of the small ones. Just like so. Very cute. Okay. Now I use the back of my envelope punch board for my corner rounder. If you have a corner rounder, that's fine, but that's just the way I usually do it. So I'm just going to round my corners. Okay, we've got that piece done. And then we'll do our little, our banners. So I've got my triple banner punch. Just going to flag the ends of both of these. All right, and then we'll stamp our little happy together. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little banner punch and just going to stick that in like that and flag the ends. Whoops. Just like this. All right. Okay, go. And then we can just attach all our pieces. So I'm going to put the pink banner on top of the white banner. And then I just kind of like that a little bit offset, like so. And then I popped up my bike on some dimensionals. And you can see I stamped that twice. Sometimes it doesn't turn out perfect the first time, but cardstock has 2 sides, which is great. If you mess up, you can flip it over and try again. I think I might put one more dimensional in the middle there. attach our little bike, and then 2 more for the banner. Just like that. And we've got our cute little no glue box. I think that would make a great gift for friends or teachers, neighbors, just about anyone. Thanks for visiting me today. If you want to know how to the supplies used in the video today, just go to my blog, justpleasespunch.com, and I'll have all the supplies and measurements listed there. Thanks. Have a great day.